Okay, so for eyeliner, I have a liner brush. Came with the 32 pack that I got online. Most of the gel eyeliners that you get will come with a smaller brush. I find those are a little bit harder to handle because I've got big man hands. So I take this brush and it's Elf gel eyeliner. Yeah, it's a cream eyeliner by Elf, just black. All right. Now I'm going to show you why I left that big gap on my lid. Because if I just line next to the lash line, you don't really see it that well. Especially if I look straight on, you don't see it. So, and that's a good cheat for people that have hooded lids too, to decide where you're going to place your eyeliner, is you make this line, and while it's still slightly wet, you open your eye. And then when you close it, you get a little line of where that gel or liquid eyeliner is going to stop, or where it's going to transfer to. That way, as you're blinking and sweating throughout the night, you know exactly where that liner might transfer to. So, knowing that, take some more, and I actually line all the way up to where that line would be. See? And we're just making a shape. So we line the lash line, we go up. I pretty much cover all of my actual eyelid with this stuff. See? And once we have those two shapes, we close off the shape at the corner of the eye. So we're going to wing it out just a little bit. Like that. We close the shape up, and then we fill it in. There. That's one eye. We're going to do the same thing on the other eye. So now that we have these lined, don't worry, I'm going to blend it out in a minute. Because we brought the eye out further, we're going to want to bring it in a little bit further too. So we just bring that line in. There. Makes our eyes look larger. So, now that we've got the gel eyeliner on, what we're going to do is set it with black eyeshadow. That'll intensify the black, and it'll make sure that the gel eyeliner doesn't shift on your face. Then, I usually deepen my crease a little bit more towards the outside. Take the gel eyeliner, and I go right along the edge, about halfway. Like that. Blend it out a little bit with our black eyeshadow. And it adds a lot of shape. Okay. Now for the inside corner of the eyes, you see how it's really light in there? We want to close that part of our eye up a little bit by using, if I can find the brush, our cocoa brown, and the same brush that we used for the cocoa brown before. So we're just going to go from where that black is, bring it towards the inside corner. Don't need a whole lot. It's just to darken it up a little bit. See? And it brings that shape closer to the nose. Like that. Alright. Now before I go ahead and blend anything, I want to make sure that I've got enough room for my eyebrows. So this is where I have a nice little eyebrow trick. You take your raisin, or you can take your taupe, whichever you'd like, and take your small pencil brush, and you're gonna map out where you want your eyebrows. So, typically, when you're looking straight on, you gotta do this in the mirror so I can see what I'm doing, you're gonna take your brush and put it on the side of your nose. Wherever that starts, that's where you're gonna put a dot. That's where the start of your eyebrow goes. Then you do the same thing on the other side. Line it up, put a dot. Make sure that they line up. The second dot is the arch of your eyebrow. Take it on the side of your nose, and wherever it crosses over your pupil, that's going to be the high point. Let's do a bitch brow today. And that's the great thing about doing dots as a trick, is you can use your brush to line them up and make sure they're exactly at the same level. Your eyebrows don't have to be perfect. You've all already heard, I'm sure, that the phrase, you want them to be cousins, not sisters. They don't have to be identical. But it helps to have them pretty damn close. So then we do the same thing. Line it up. Dot. See? One dot. Two dot. Now for the third one. Same thing. Put it on the side of your nose. Wherever it hits the end of your eyeball, that's going to be the end of the brow. There. Now you just play connect the dots. Now when we go over them with our eyebrow pencil, it'll be a lot easier to see where the shape's supposed to go. Alright, so continuing along with our eyebrows, if I can find my pencil. My tackle box of fun. Seriously, I have a fishing tackle box for my makeup. It was cheap. I think it was only $20 at Target. It holds everything, all my usual makeup, my extreme makeup, my odd looks that I do, everything. Okay. What is this? No. I use a clean color. You can read that. In chocolate, which I also use for my lips. So, here it is. It's a cream liner. So, I take that, I'll do this side first. Like that. Okay. So, just like everything else on your face, when you put a cream on it, you gotta set it. Otherwise, it's gonna smear. So, I take an angled brush, if I can find it, like that. You can see it. And the cocoa brown again. And I just go over the cream liner. Okay, let's finish up the tops of our eyes. Like I said, this takes the longest for me. So, I have another eyeshadow brush, and this time I'm going over it with my blush. So this is a Wet n Wild blush. I got it from the drugstore. It's 833E. It's mellow wine. It's really pigmented, and it was dirt cheap. I think I got it for like $3, like almost a year ago, and I still have that much left. It seriously lasts forever. So we're gonna put some on our brush. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take that color and go right in between where the skin tone is and where the black is, and that's gonna diffuse it. Like that. It just softens the color up a bit. And when it comes to adding color to your face, especially if it's highly pigmented, it's best to do it gradually and build up. That's why when you see me do my eyes, I'll do the lightest color first, then I'll do the next darkest, and then the next darkest, and finally the most dark. That way if I screw something up between the first step and the last step, I've got time to fix it before I put that black on. And just blend it all the way across. Okay. Once we put our color on, we're going to do our brow bone highlight. So I take the same white brush that I used to do my eyelid, and our our super white, and I go right underneath the eyebrow. I know this goes without saying, but there are some girls that I've done their makeup and watched them do their makeup. It's really important to pay attention to how you're holding your brush, because it could be the difference between a thin line, if I was holding it sideways, and a really thick line on my face. Always be aware. Let me just go underneath this one. Like that. Okay. We're going to take the brush that we used to do our blush, that pink color, and just fade it out. Back and forth. There, now we've got a gradient effect. So it goes from dark in the black to a little bit pink, a little bit pinker, and then it fades into the white. There. Alright, that's it for the top of the eyes. Next up, the bottom.